Hi again, guys. So good news. We did sell the Demarcus Ware. I'm a bit miffed because I didn't look at his stats. So I'm a bit annoyed by that because we had him for a while. He was doing a good job, and I really wanted to see what he had. But we ended up losing only 100k from him. So he put a shift in. So we ended up getting 400k. Now I saw one on earlier for a lot lower than that. So I'm thinking that we might even buy this dude back, right? Make a bit of coin on the top, because I'm sure, like I said to you before, that I had a feeling that these players were going to go up in price. Right, if we have a look at the wear now, as you can see, yeah, I mean, we listed as for like 550. So I think me putting him up for sale has ended up driving his price up a fair bit. So we had 500, just under 500 for him. But you can see a lot of these players are starting to drop. We did sell Steve Young for a bit cheaper, so you can see some of these guys actually are going back up in price now. And I think pretty much it's what I said before, that people are not. They're starting to realise that these players can still, with these zero attributes, they can still be causing a lot of grief on the field. And like the Demarcus, where he was a good player for us, especially with that edge threat. But they're definitely going to start to drop off at some point, and we know we've got that Charles Haley. I mean, even the Ray Nitschke. I mean, what's he going for now? Because we were thinking about selling the Ray Nitschke as well, mainly because he does get caught a few times, but I think we'll have a look. If we see a Demarcus Ware for cheap, like if we see them hit into the 300s, we're probably going to buy him again, make a little bit of money on top from flipping him. But we're going to roll with that Charles Haley for now. He does come on the field, but he's doing a good job, to be honest. But I'm pretty pleased that we've sold the Demarcus Ware. We're getting close to 200k now, so we want to get that money in the coffers to upgrade the team. I'm going to wait. If I can get 500 for these guys, I'm definitely going to be trying to push for that, get as much money back. They put a shift in. We're not losing a great deal. It does also mean now that we can start trying to shift some of these other players that are there. Again, you can see this guy didn't sell the other day, but he's gone back up in price. So people will be picking these back up again, I would say. I think we've still got the nucleus of our team in place. I think we should have a Demarcus Ware somewhere so we can also get this sold as well, because honestly they're going to be super cheap after anyway to pick back up if we ever go and get Demarcus Ware again. But I think what we're probably more likely going to be doing is going and getting that Josh Allen card. I might even have a cheeky little look to see what that Ronnie Lott card is going for, because I really do. I really would like that Ronnie Lott that card. But here we go. We made some adjustments earlier as well with the Jair Brown because we moved some of our players around. But this is what I was saying before, guys. These Super Bowl players, if you sold them the other day, you probably made a bit of a mistake. I mean, we sold a couple, but we still made a decent amount. I think, let me just have a look, see if I can remember what we sold Jamal Lewis for. So we sold Steve Young, Jamal Lewis, and now we've sold Demarcus Ware. So I'm just going to have a look at the notifications. I want to see if it's still on here for when we sold Steve Young and Jamal Lewis. We might not be. There we go. So where is he? Where's the Steve Young? Jamal Lewis, so 389. Steve Young 364. So yeah, we would have, that means we sold him for 400, and we sold him for like 4.5. So we kind of we only lost a few hundred. I definitely feel a lot happier now. I'm closer to that 2 million mark. We've got some other guys that we're gonna be selling. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into items. Now we know what we're doing. I'm gonna go with the Charles Woodson, and I'm just gonna pop off his upgrade. So I'm just gonna take him back. I'm gonna take this mid-8 elite just in case we lose it, because I'm pretty sure we might lose it by refunding this. I don't know for sure. Yeah, there you go. So you got to be careful about that stuff. We'd rather have our Charles Haley, I think, upgraded. But this is why we really want another one of these updates. And because we get a legendary item, I think I might just have to do it. I might just have to buy that season pass. But, we've got the Charles Haley up to 97. He didn't move last time to 96. So, we've probably completed our 97s that are going to show up on the main page now. I think it only shows you... yeah, there you go. So it everybody should be a 97 on this screen next time we log in. So that's sort of where we are. As I said, that DeMarcus Ware, we probably need to have a look just to remind ourselves what that Dallas Cowboy chemistry is now. Because if you notice, we've got now 43 49ers. So that's going to give us the ability, and actually, funnily enough, because we've got rid of the X Factors, we've now got the ability to maybe get the inside stuff. What was I going to do? Check Cobra's chemistry first of all. So this is the first protocol. We're going to jump into the chemistries. We're going to see where we are on Dallas. So we're now on tier 1. So we need to put another player in. So where we've got a Raven somewhere, this Ray Lewis maybe, no, Roquan, there we go. So we're going to change this Roquan Smith. We can't do it, can he? He's not a flex player. So we're going to change, who are we going to change, Lee? Right, we're going to change Max Crosby and put him back to Dem Boys. That should give us our tier 2 Dallas Cowboy. And because we're now 43 49ers, right, we've got the ability to remove our Ravens chemistry and put more right. Actually, we should probably change this defensive tackle now, right, as well. Right, yeah, we should probably do this. Right, we can put Sue in because we're not going to be using these cards anymore. We might as well get the Indomikong Sue. He's still rocking Bill's chemistry there, but it means we're going to get some more chemistry back for another team. And I think what we do is we give him Dallas chemistry, right? We might end up, as I said before, if we get that Josh Allen card, I'm kind of thinking that we might end up going that route. But yeah, we've got Ndomikong back in. That should give us Dallas Cowboys chemistry. Now, the other thing we can do is potentially change some of these other positions. Again, this Devon White, we're probably not going to be using. I don't know how this works. Super Bowl 85 players. I don't think it makes a difference whether he's on the field or not. So I think we're going to replace him. We'll have a quick look first of all at Ray Nitschke's strength, because obviously he's got an 85 component baked into him. But if we look at his strength, it's 84, so he's not getting any boosts from anything, and he's a Packer anyway, so he might be getting the chop next. If we can find another middle linebacker to go in there, preferably a 49er, but I think that is going to be what we're going to do. Oren Burks, again, I don't know whether we go with Dre Greenlaw or whether we keep Oren Burks. But yeah, I mean, I think we changed this linebacker. I can't remember who we've got here that we can slip into this position to get some chemistry. As you can see, we've got this 91 Zach Thomas there, a Cowboys middle linebacker, so that might do something for us. Like I said, if we put a different right outside linebacker in this position, we might be able to get that Cowboys chemistry a little bit higher. But we did sell a lot of these cards. Right, we've got Oren Burke, so we can't put him in because we've already got him. So I think we might not be putting a 49er in here. I can't remember who we had there before. Right outside linebacker. I don't want to go too low here because you can be in a situation where your return team gets absolutely roasted. So yeah, we've only got Oren Burke, so he can't start again. So yeah, it's a bit of a difficult one, really. I'm not seeing anybody else that we can put in. There's no Cowboys that we can pop in there. But that's Zach Thomas. We might need to have a look to see what we can do if we can knock somebody else into that position. We're selling things thick and fast now. 1.9 million, which is good, but I think this Charles Haley's going to be a pretty good card, and we've got 2 XP that we can. No, we've got loads of XP. Hang on a minute, that can't be right. John Lynch, we want active. Jai Brown. So we've got like another 5. Oh, hang on a minute. I don't understand this. Why did we lose stuff here? I mean, because we've changed this, we want this to be happening, right? I mean, I'm thinking on Bosa, right? I'm thinking that we put the no outsiders on him now. Then no outsiders, right? Let's craft that, and we're going to equip it, and then we're gonna get that on because this Bosa card's playing well. I think we'll get another Bosa card at some point though, but I think we'll activate it. So we've got the no outsiders on him now instead of Ware. We've got the Charles Haley. We do need to activate a different X Factor. So I'm thinking maybe we go back to John Lynch now. And we put his X Factor back on. Maybe we go with. I mean, we could even go with one of these no outsiders. But I'm thinking extra pop, perfect hit sticks. He's got an avalanche, I think, hasn't he? Downhill hit sticks. Do you know what? I'm gonna give him avalanche, and then we're gonna upgrade him. So yeah, we've got a little bit of coin total that is now making me feel a little bit better. We've got so as it stands now, we've got no outsiders, inside stuff, nothing, no outsiders, nothing, inside stuff, no outsiders. So backers have no longer got it, but honestly, I kind of feel it's better on the defensive line anyway. And then Charles, what's his name? Charles Woodson. He's still a 96 in the slot, so that's all right. He's just not getting any. He's not getting that last upgrade token unless we upgrade our season pass. And you can see here we've got all these guys lined up. We've got our Eric Armstead and a Cameron Jordan. That's why we are. This is why we're still hopefully going through the points, because we've got these players in place for us. So there we go. Now, offensively, I think we're looking in good stead. The receivers are starting to look a bit older now. We've got that Jawan Jennings that does do a good job for us. This guy's a limited, and the Jai Brown is a limited. So as soon as I get a sniff of an upgrade, pretty sure we're going to get another Kittle at some point. I think it's just obvious that we will. That's 350 in the bag straight away, and the same with Jair Brown. We might get another strong safety at some point, but I think these guys are playing pretty well. Let's go back to chemistries while we're here, just to see what we've got. So we're now back at tier 1 for the Ravens. We literally do not need any of that Ravens chemistry at this point. So you can see we're tier 2 on the Cowboys. So there's a fair few players in here that we could probably put in as a Cowboy. Ray Lewis is one. This middle linebacker here that's currently Roquan Smith, we could potentially put this Zach Thomas in. But in all honesty, we're probably going to sell this Zach Thomas. It's probably not worth considering at this point. So we'll list him back on the auction house, see if we can get. I think it's Overshown, the other linebacker that we can stick in here. And then if we can find another right outside linebacker, I mean, in theory, we could get Dre Greenlaw, right? Like if we did get Dre Greenlaw now, if his price was right, and he can also play right outside linebacker, right? We could still put him on the field at the same time and play him out of position and still get the chemistry, but get him on the field at the same time. But I think the team's looking good. I think we're just going to come away from that Ravens chemistry. I'm just trying to see what we've got now. So this Lamar Jackson will probably be replaced with the Tavon Austin. I think we had in this position. So we'll probably get the Tavon Austin back in this position. That's going to help with their chemistry there. The only thing that's going to probably happen is we're going to lose some of the chemistries for these guys, but we'll see. I think it should be fine. Right, we're 11 of 13. I don't know what's happened. Whether it's like our X factors haven't saved here, because I think we were trying to put some stuff on our offensive line earlier, weren't we? So that didn't save for some reason. So yeah, we've got some 49ers chemistries that we could set all of these chemistries up to be a different player. I'm kind of thinking that we might put a 95 over the top of this Trent Williams to get him starting at some point, but I don't really see the need to do it. Larry Allen, obviously, we it's an easy thing. We could change him to a Cowboy, but really we don't really want to be. We don't want our starters to be Cowboys. We want these to be 49ers to get that bonus. I don't know what this Trevor Penning card gets. We've never looked before. Yeah, he's just Saints, so we just do it. We just make do and mend at the moment with the offensive line on this side. I can see a situation where Dominic Pooney comes back down here and we start getting some of these guys upgraded. Everything else is looking pretty good, to be honest. We might upgrade the full fat version of Crabtree at some point. It's going to give us an extra chemistry point. So Crabtree's 95. Yeah, I might have a look now to see what that Team Diamond is looking like. But yeah, here we go. We're selling a few bits and pieces. We've sold the DeMarco Ware, the Steve Young, and that's why we've shot up. We're not far away now from that 2 million. I'm going to jump in and I'm going to get that Dallas Cowboy sold and list a few other players. And yeah, again, I'm feeling a lot more confident now we've got our coin total a bit higher. I do feel a bit sad we haven't got the that we haven't got this Isaiah Simmons now, because if we'd have gone up the next level, we would have had a 95 at middle linebacker. I'd have probably just sold Ray Nitschke and went with him. But it is what it is. We can't go back in time now and do anything about that. Let's go and get this Zach Thomas sold. So he's probably going to go for about 100. That's interesting. Why isn't he going for very much? Do you know what? I'm not going to sell him for that. I think we're going to plug him in. you know, as a depth piece and a cowboy, I think it's going to be a bit better. Right, we've got this 90 Drew Lock. So what's he going for? Yeah, I mean the arse is falling out of a lot of these players now. I think people have moaned about EA being quite difficult with this pay to win stuff, but I can't think of a year where we've had access to more players than this year. Um, right, Frank Gore 88. I'm thinking he's going to go for a few K, so we'll get him listed as well, and then hopefully we're going to hit that 2 million. And I'm going to gradually offload these Super Bowl guys. I think it's we've seen that the Frank Gore that we got has still got some decent AP, and because they've upped the AP, you know, it's making a big difference to you know what you can, what players you can use and all that stuff. So it just adds a bit of flexibility. Things like this Chase Young, you know, he's a 49er. We can stick him in if we needed to plug and play some of this chemistry as things develop. But I think we're definitely going to try and go with this Josh Allen. I mean, we've got this Eric Armstead up here, haven't we? That we upgraded. I'm thinking he was an honours guy, wasn't he? So you know, we've already bought an Eric Armstead. So I think what we'll do is we're going to take his upgrade off him because we're not going to be using this card now. So we may as well refund all of his upgrades. We better get rid of that 49er because we might get 25 coins back for it. And then we might be able to, because what does he go up to? 94. So we could go and run with this Josh Allen if we upgrade him, and we're going to get more points for these honours. But I thought I might as well just downgrade this guy while we're looking. So we just got a few more coins back from selling that as well. So let's have a look. These 84s are really going for not much money at all. I mean, these 84s are just training pretty much at this point, unless you get like a newer card that's an O lineman, and they can sometimes go for a bit more. But yeah, they're not worth selling. I think I'm going to get more bread and butter and jam from selling these lower rated cards. I think even the 80s, you know, we might be able to get a bit more for than the 84s, especially O lineman. But yeah, it'd be nice to hit that 2 million mark again. It pretty much means we can get another 500 level players. The only problem of getting rid of the DeMarcus Ware was he was actually a Dallas Cowboy as well. You know, it's a bit of a shame that we could have kept him, but the bottom line is we've got that Charles Haley card, and he's getting a 97. You know, he's going to be good for a while. The downside, of course, is that we don't have any abilities on him. So that's where the DeMarcus Ware comes in. You know, you could get like two. I think we had like two XP points on him, and he was like fully loaded. But it is what it is. He's not going to stay high forever. That's probably the most we're ever going to get for him. I do think the market's going to improve slightly tomorrow. I think that people are going to start going, well, which players do I add? Like these Super Bowl team players were still going to be pretty reasonably good for a long time. But your only risk is EA coming out with the Nerf hammer, and it is a thing that your older players seem to regress. And you know, it's one of those things. The other thing I've noticed is that overall top right is no change to a 95, which is really, really good. Before, I think we got a 94 offense, 95 defense, but it looks like it's just triggered over with that upgrade to the Charles Haley is what I think has happened. So yeah, there we go. Hopefully we get that 2 million. I might buy the Josh Allen. I think that again, I'm a bit impatient. I might just dive in and buy it. What I might do as well is have a look at what Gore is going for now, because we picked him up for, I think it was like 600k yesterday. So he only cost us 200k once we cashed in Jamal Lewis, and honestly, he's played really well so far. That Frank Gore. He's had a couple of times where he's been shut down, but it's honestly took the entire team to shut him down. And if you're smart with it, you can burn him. Right, let's have a look what he's going for. I mean, he's their first 98, so I think we've paid 620. There we go. Yeah, we got a deal. So I'm glad we bought him. I haven't seen him cheaper than what we've bought him for. So I think we're doing pretty good with that. I'm going to go and do a cheeky little head-to-head, I think. Going to try and get used to this Charles Haley playing again. We are 3 in a row on ranked or regular season, so it would be nice to try and get Frank Gore his first Super Bowl, but we'll see how our new look defensive front is. Now we've got the D-line pretty much with both of our ends have got no outsiders, and the interior has got one inside stuff. So I'm hoping nobody is going to have the minerals to run on us. It's the open. So starting on offense, let's see how we get on. But yeah, it's definitely a lot nicer when you've got like a few K in the bank. I mean, I wouldn't hesitate to pick back up DeMarcus Ware if he comes on at a cheaper price.
And they'll start this drive.
I mean, we got 500 back for him, which I think is incredible, to be honest. We've had him for a couple of weeks now. As I said, the only downside is I didn't look at his stats before I listed him, and I really wished I'd have listed it because he had a couple of touchdowns.
Now the first carry here for Frank.
Oh, we just got too near that guy.
The 33-yard line.
We got sucked into the tackle a little bit there.
They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not.
But we definitely got to... This is stuff I've never seen before. I'm going to try doing this stuff. This half slide and ID in the mic. So ID the mic. Up. Down. Oh, I got it wrong.
A handoff right. It's Gore. Breaks the tackle now.
I mean, this is why he just gets touched.
Still on his feet. He may go.
And he's
Touchdown, 49ers.
So that's the balance beam. That's like
67 yards.
the one that stops him from stumbling over. I think. I mean, he stumbled still, didn't he? Look. There you go. He's so small as well. It's funny watching him run.
They got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
It feels like they've made him too small. I remember Gore being like a block, like a square, like as wide as he is tall, sort of deal. There we go. Right, let's have a look at this defense.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
And I'm hoping season 5 gives us some, or season 6 rather, gives us some decent players, decent 49ers players or Cowboys. Right, so who have we got? We've got Armstead, Williams, Buckner, and Bosa. And Bosa's now got no outsiders, so let's see how we get on. Hopefully this guy runs. See which way his quarterback head goes.
Pickett sets up play action. That is complete downfield to Gronk.
Yeah, right. We've got to be wise to that. That needs to be neutralised. That needs to be neutralised.
55 yards.
They made that way too easy.
I mean, we fired through the defensive line though.
Against an NFL defense, once he caught the ball,
let's get Burks control.
Close enough to stop it, and he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Yeah, so he's going to be on that play every time. Every time.
Right around the 10-yard line. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
Same play. Oh no. Well played. Well played, mate. So yeah, he did it the other way around, this guy. He did the old I'm gonna pass to set up the run. I mean, it's unusual. Usually we come out in the quarters because usually we're kind of thinking that the first play they try and attack, they try and do the old scissors on that outside. But I think what we're going to do is try and take the sting out of this guy's offense. I mean, he knows what he's seen with Gore now, so I think he's going to be prepared for it. We're not going to be afraid to throw it though to Juan.
They'll try and start the drive here with Gore.
See what I mean? You can just turn that corner and they just can't touch you. And like, no, we're going to try it again. We want him to sell out. What we want him to do is sell out. We've got one guy on the right. The right looks quite open, but we're going to see.
Another carry now for Gore.
We're going to follow the blockers on that one. We don't want to get caught napping on that outside. This guy's going to be where we want him in a minute. He's going to...
In motion goes the tight end. Up the middle they go with Gore.
There you go. Should be a touchdown.
25.
Just not enough steam. Should have juked probably there. But I mean, he's pretty unstoppable. If you're looking for a running back, honestly, I would say get him. That was lucky. Oh, was that lucky? Boy, oh boy, we nearly got picked off there. That would have been tragedy. Tragedy.
Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, yeah, give him credit. Found the
right, we're going to come out in the quarters. We're not going to get burnt by that out route again. But the other reason why I popped on is I was going to have a look at practicing the precision passing, because I think a lot of the time when I lose against somebody in passing game, it's because they've got that passing receptacle or whatever they call it, receptacle. Right, we're going to come out in the quarters here.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time.
We're going to watch this motion guy.
They took it in the end zone.
He's going to do the flea flicker. He was going to do the flea flicker.
A little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball.
We're going to get the pressure on him now.
And try and do it again.
Straight into the jaws of danger.
Connect as that falls incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions.
Like, this guy should be checking the middle of the field here. Like I said, if we see that motion, it's going to go over the middle. And we've got him. It's going to be a difficult fourth down. Is he going to punt? Probably not. We're going to run the quarters again.
They'll run with Barkley.
Yeah.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
I mean, we're going to sit in this quarters, to be honest.
To go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Here we go. They run the play fake. Here's Pickett.
And
he takes a shot on the release as this
so
will be
we're definitely getting the pressure on him now.
What we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back.
This is where he's going to try the corner routes, I think.
And force him to try and throw through contact.
I mean, he's hanging on to the ball. He's definitely got his stick on today. Right, we're going to go with a bit of press coverage.
14-7 our score.
I think we're going to hit a bit of press coverage. Still want to come out in the quarters.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Pickett will look to throw it here.
Got it. Got it. Let's go. Aaron Burks. Aaron Burks.
And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard
That's what I said. They can move the ball pretty well initially, but if you can neutralise it, you can understand what they're trying to do.
They certainly
I mean,
were. Nice read on your
control
part.
in the middle of the
Sometimes
field,
the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and
and he
man.
just makes a bad
Sometimes he's
pass,
fooled
makes
by
a
the type
bad
of zone
read,
that he sees, because oftentimes
and it's a pick.
those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Flipping this field. This guy's got to literally sell out for the run now. Oh, he just plows through. He's just unstoppable. Unstoppable. Right, let's run up the A gap. Let's test this interior defensive line. We can take a bit of a breather now. He's seen enough of Gore to the point he should be stopping it. He should be stopping it. Like edge blitzing. I kind of like the right hand side here.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first
and still he's trucking. Oh my days. That is nuts. Right, we don't need to rush or anything here. We could just take this down to the 2-minute warning. I don't see why we should rush. Take it all the way down. Not on a motion. We're not going to get a 5-yard penalty by motion, and we're just going to bring it all the way down. 2-minute warning. If he wants to take a timeout, he can. Depletes his, saves ours.
We've hit the 2-minute mark
in
the
2-minute.
Quarter.
And then what we're going to do is I'm going to try the Niners zone toss, you know. Niners zone toss. Gore's lit up though. I'm going to go up the middle. I don't want to lose this X factor this early. He's got freight train on. This is why losing those alls on X factors aren't necessarily a bad thing on your skilled players, because you can get that freight train super quick, like 3 10-yard runs.
But they understood the situation.
Like Gore doesn't wake up for anything less than like a 10-yard run.
Give it right back to him and let him cap things off.
But if you need a
the extra point up and good.
If you need a running back
and it's now 21
and you've got 600 coins spare, that Gore will probably be good for the next month.
So after the touchdown,
and if you're a chemistry player, oh my days, like he's the perfect back for us. Like we're always a power rush. You know, I'm kind of like, I like the zone run, power run. Right, let's go back in the quarters again. This guy is now got to...
So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time.
Oh, we left it a bit open.
Goes through this because even the best in the game,
he is going to start to try and pick us apart now. Remember, right? We got the ball first. Right, we got the ball first, so...
But how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're
we've got to be mindful of that.
And how you continue to lead.
I think we're getting the pressure on him.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Definitely getting pressured. I'm going to sit in the quarters. Go to bump and run. Right, this is where the outside is going to probably come in now.
He'll look to throw it.
Oh, we were close to a pick.
Incomplete. A misconnection
we were close to a
there.
pick.
He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back
right,
to
he's
the
definitely
quarterbacks
passing.
of old. 50% would be terrific.
We're going to keep Burks
downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game,
patrolling that
you should
midfield.
Be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Looking to throw, Pickett. Eluding the pressure.
And he's got nowhere to go. Nobody likes a middle linebacker hovering.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for
I'm spread out here. Bump and run still. Same deal.
Pickett. Pass complete.
He's got it. We let him get it. We were too conservative there.
Just a yard or two shy
Right.
of the 30.
Let's try and send some blitz at him. We'll go quarters again, but we'll go blitz. Definitely passing again.
From just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Flush to his right.
Yep.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw.
So we know he's susceptible to the blitz. Right, we're going to go with a double wide.
Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Barkley. He's not passing to Barkley though. There's the pick. Burks again with his second.
Another one intercepted. Picked off by Oren Burks. And the 49ers.
See, we're mixing up the defensive schemes. This guy is sort of like what's open. You get a couple of sacks, and then they're just clueless to what's going on, and they just have to concede at that point. So 4 in a row. I think the changes to the defense are pretty great. We're seeing Burks making plays, like 2 picks in that game. I mean, that's huge. I think that having that, all right, mate, having that Charles Haley back at a 97. I'm just gonna have a quick look at his stats, real quick. But yeah, 4 in a row, well on track, looking good. So I'm gonna have a quick look at Charles Haley's stats. Now we've got him up to 97 because I kind of felt that he made a big difference on that play. I think that the efforts that he had on that side of the field is what corresponded to the success of Oren Burks. I mean, we've only just started using him, really, defence. 5 tackles for loss. This is where this card excels. I mean, games. So he's played 106 games. I mean, it's not great, really, is it? But he's had 1 pick. But let's have a look at the attributes. So 94 speed. So he's getting that +2 from 49ers chemistry. 97 acceleration, though, is pretty good. Change of directions is not great. And he's definitely not a pass coverage guy. So this is where we're going to sort of start making some changes in terms of if we can get. I always prefer that my outside linebackers are going to be run stoppers, and then my defensive ends are going to be my pass rushers. But yeah, that's the knock on this guy, is that he's a fantastic run stopper and pass rusher. But man coverage and zone coverage, I think this is why we got burnt a little bit. Right, we sold a few more things on the auction house, so we will have a quick look. I think we've only got 1 more, but yeah, it'd be nice to hit that 2 million mark again with coins. So we'll just list some of our binder trash, and then I might do 1 more reg, 1 more Genki, and then just list this guy. And then, yeah, tomorrow I probably look to see what those Super Bowl players are doing, whether we move on from the rest of them. As I said before, I don't mind buying back our DeMarcus Ware if we're going to go with a hybrid 49ers Cowboys chemistry. But I always like to hybridize it to help the quarterback and the running back. But I want everything going on the running back. And if we can get a Josh Allen card again, easily my favourite quarterback this year, the Josh Allen Zero Chill card. So, I don't mind either getting those honours upgrade tokens and get the free one upgraded and roll with him for now. And then maybe we switch over and go back to what we had before with a 25 Buffalo chemistry, 5 Dallas chemistry, and 40 49ers chemistry. But yeah, we definitely want our starters to be Cheeky. Definitely want our starters to be 49ers chemistries just to get that +2 speed. And as I said before, I'm going to have a look to see if the Crabtree Diamond has come down in price, because that +1, extra +1 chemistry. Hey up, hey up, hey up. I don't know what's going on there. Talking and not playing, I think. But yeah, we've got to get up. I've got no confidence in this Garcia card. We've got Justin Fields from the field pass that we could use, who's got 49ers chems. So we do have some options there, but I made a bit of a mistake choosing this Garcia card, to be honest. I was a bit impatient, should have waited. I missed the Josh Allen card almost immediately, especially on those quarterback sneaks. Right, moving the ball. Oh, could be a pick. Oh, we got lucky. Oh, that was close. There we've got problems. Right. Let's try and get Kittle on this post. It's been bumped. Oh dear. I think we've had it, guys. That doesn't happen very often. That doesn't happen very often at all. Right. I think we've had this one. I'm gonna quit it. I'm not gonna even try. Give the guys points. Well played, sir. Well played. I think we've got out of the mode now. I think that's what the problem is. But right, I think I'm going to leave it there. Actually, I might come on later and do another regular season game. And I'm definitely liking that Charles Haley card. But we'll see. I'm just going to back out of this. I want to see if it refreshes the team. So we've got 97s across the board. It always looks nicer when you're joining one of those games, and I think about it like what teams think when they were playing like the Chiefs. They always feel they were unstoppable, and they see like the 98, the 97, and the 97, and they're like, what? But we're doing well. I'm enjoying this Arik Armstead card as well. I might just have a quick look at the stats on that Arik Armstead just to see where we are. Let's have a look. So he hasn't played many games. We're looking at 2 games? Yeah, he's played 2 games. So head to head, he's had. He's done nothing yet. Actually, that's a bit weird. Like we've played 2 games and he hasn't even had a tackle. That can't be right. Yeah, that can't be right. It's a bit weird. But then again, how often do your ends get tackles? We've been playing people that pass the ball though, so no. I think people have seen our front 4 and figured they're not going to be able to run. Right, let's have a look at Gore's stats. These are going to be glorious. So let's have a look at how many games. 21 games. We've got 120 attempts for over 1,000 yards, 11 rushing touchdowns, 1 fumble, 37 broken tackles, 4.29 after first hit. That's where his break tackles comes in. 1720 yards. Longest is still 17.6, but his rushing yards average is now 9.23. So that's definitely gone up. And then rushing average is 52. Longest rush after first is 70. I think that was in one of the games just. And then 4 minutes and 4.57 seconds behind the line of scrimmage. Receiving, not great, but he has had 2 receiving touchdowns, two drop passes, so he's catching 80% of his balls. So, and I'm sure some of those are down to bad passes from me. So, yeah, Gore looking absolutely brilliant so far. I don't think we've done anything against the computer with him as of yet. I want to have a look at Oren Burks as well because he had those 2 picks in that last game. I want to have a quick look to see how he's looking. So he's had 10 picks. Honestly, I wish we'd have remembered to look at DeMarcus Ware's stats, but he, in terms of games, so 108 games. 108 games, that seems like a lot, doesn't it? We've been playing a lot of Madden recently. 108 games, 10 ints, but 2 in that previous game. And I definitely think it's mainly because that Charles Haley card isn't on the field during some of the passing plays, or he is, and he's just causing the quarterback to not want to throw in that direction for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, he's got 1 recovery, 6 deflections, 10 ints, forced fumbles. So he's recovered 1. But he's been putting a shift in, to be honest. Definitely been putting a shift in. Let's have a look at Ray Nitsky to see how he's doing defensively. Let's have a look versus head to head. So pretty much the same. He's played more games than Oren Burks, but he's had I think he's had an int touchdown, 11 ints, but he's been an absolute beast sacking the quarterback. So that looks to be where our sacks predominantly have come from. Let's have a look at Lynch to see what his production has been. So not great really, but I mean he comes into his own. Where he comes into his own is the threat. And we've put him in at linebacker now because he's obviously got that lurker pick artist. We put Avalanche back on him, but a lot of the time it's just about that threat. Let's have a look at Herb Adderley, trying to see how many games he's played. 39 games and 18 picks. So yeah, he's by far our greatest player. 119 games, 18 picks. So that's a lot of production from him. Let's have a look at Dion. I don't think it's about 10, I think, for him. Oh, yeah, that's the receiver. I mean, he's been terrible. We've only just started to get touchdowns with him from that ticky game. He's been a terrible card, in all honesty. It's this guy we wanted to see, wasn't it? So Dion, I think he's got 17 to beat, 21 picks. Yeah, so he's played more games though, but he's got 6 receiving touchdowns, int touchdowns. So we've got a lot of production there. I might just have a quick look at Jair Brown while we're here because he's probably our longest tenured player. Yeah, 329 games, 22 picks, 4 touchdowns. So, he's still a good card, but we're probably going to end up getting rid of him when we get a replacement. I think we're bound to get another strong safety at some point. That's a 49er, and then we've got 350 locked up in him and in George Kittle. So we've got a lot of option there. I can't remember whether Richard Sherman was a limited as well. I'm pretty sure we had another one somewhere, but I can't remember where. And there we go. I'm gonna have a quick look at what that Crabtree Diamond is going for now, because a lot of those 95s are going to start coming down in price now, but they're not going to be great players at this point, I wouldn't have thought, but that chemistry is going to be quite important. Yeah, so he's come right down in price now. Like you're looking at 425. So I'm kind of tempted, you know. I mean, let's have a compare to see what he is. I think his speed's going to be too slow. This is the thing. 93 speed. He's only going to go to 95 speed. But you do get an extra chemistry piece. So, I mean, he's not going to be starting on the team. That's the problem. Right. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll have a bit of a break. I'll probably be back on a little bit later, maybe. Otherwise, if you don't see me again, I will see you tomorrow. Have a restful, peaceful evening. Bye for now.